up, my fellow basement dwellers? Jaywin here, yes, back with a new crazy crack. Turns out my college wants a third video presentation instead of letting me make an actual content. Well, that's just life. Today, we're trauma bonding over ICT and assessment and learning, which sounds way drier than my last conversation with my girlfriend. Yes, I have one. But don't close the video yet. We've got memes, mildly questionable analogies, and apparently the word holistic 7 times. Let's blitz through this before my will to live expires. ICT stands for Information and Communication Technology. Basically all the stuff that makes your grandparents say, "Back in my days." So it ties the three of them in a way that if technology evolves, the two latter will follow directly proportional to the prior. Now for assessments. These are standardized, structured methods focused on factual recall and objective evaluation. Merge ICT with assessments and voila! You get modern assessment. It's like regular torture but with Wi-Fi now. Think auto-graded quizzes, AI plagiarism checkers, and the existential dread of knowing Big Brother's watching your Control Plus C game. Now that you got the gist of it, we should dive in for the main part because this is taking so long than it should. Let's break down the two horsemen of academic apocalypse, which is formative and summative assessments. Formative assessments are relatively short, often testing memory retention of students after a session. Summative, on the other hand, tests holistic factual knowledge of students that are often administered at the very end of a whole lesson. Both sucks, but let's see how tech makes them fancier. For the first tool, we have Google Form. Very instantaneous course retrieval, and its streamlined UI made it very easy and very common tool for boomer teachers to use and navigate. Not only that, but Google Sheets integration made it easier for real-time scoring for our lazy teachers out there. As a cherry on top, this thing has a staggering 11 question options. Like damn bro, that's okay. You can have everything. Second tool is Kahoot. Oh look, John is crying because he's in 3rd place. But hey, turning tests into a Fortnite-esque bloodbath almost makes learning fun. This is literally just like Google Form but has multimedia support and counters for each items, turning your mundane electronic test into a literal game. And just like Google Form, its streamlined design made it very easy to understand, unlike my videos. Third tool is ZipGrade. Oh my god, ZipGrade. Teachers love this thing. While it is only useful for multiple choices tests, the fact that you can easily set up an answer key and just print out one of these bad boys, and you're already set to go. Afterward, the teacher would just scan the answer sheets and the thing would just spit out the score just like that. Because of human invention indeed, it's revolutionary. If you think Scantrons from 1998 needed a QR code filter. God, these things devolve into a lot of draw in Philippines. These next following tools are used to submit assignments and portfolios, which makes it easier to assess them in bulk. At first, we have Google Classroom, another teacher's favorite with its simple UI design and method. Just make a classroom post with due date and wait for the student to send their works, either an assignment or portfolio. Up next is Seesaw. It is almost like Google Classroom, but with more multimedia support. And here's the twist. It lets your parents stalk your grades 24/7, also known as parental control. As for third, we have FreshGrade. I seriously have no idea what this is, but apparently it comes in 3 flavors, separated for teachers, students, and parents, with specific features only available to certain versions. Also, apparently it makes a slideshow for all students' outputs, so there's that, I guess. First up, PHET. This isn't just a flashy toy, it's a lifesaver for visualizing concepts like sound waves or circuitry. Sure, it looks simple, but when you're explaining why the light bulb won't work, suddenly this tool is your MVP. Teachers, trust me, this app's quite the genius in your toolkit. Next is Labster. No goggles, no problem. This lets students run virtual experiments like dissecting a frog without ick factor or mixing chemicals that won't blow up the school. It's lab work minus the hazard pay. Plus, the simulations are so detailed you forget you're just sitting in front of your computer. Finally, Minecraft Education Edition. I am not joking. Yes, we are talking about this goddamn game, chat. Oh, Jay, you should play Minecraft. I'm sure you'd love all 188 periodic element and 400 stabilized stops with 4 laboratory blocks. Now here's an experiment for the developers. How about you shove a depleted uranium up your crack while I shoot a fissile atom on it? Build labs with every element on the periodic table, complete with lab equipment blocks. Is it overkill? Maybe. But if stacking TNT in creative mode taught me anything, it's that kids will learn anything if it involves Minecraft. I was disappointed that the other groups didn't include this app for collaborative environment because this thing has tech. If you're doing an online class and you wanted your students to have a group activity, this tool will come in clutch. Unlike other video call tools, Discord offers an option to make different channels for different purposes. That also includes different voice channels for different students, which also means separate video call rooms for different groups. It makes assessing group collaboration much more easier. Not only that, but Discord also have a long-lasting file storage. So unlike Messenger, this bad boy can store your sent file even long after you die. Other features are also listed in the screen. This is the end of the video, but my partner still needs to read her part. Feel free to click off the video or continue watching for some reason to learn more about this topic.
Evaluating appropriate assessment tools or evaluation of tools. This is the evaluation which assessment to use, whether it may be traditional or modern. One is imperative to ensure a smooth lesson progression and not into a chaotic one. Or this is the different methods. The first is alignment with learning objectives. It is ensure the assessment accurately ensures what the students have learned. And then the second one is validity and reliability. The assessment should be accurate and consistent in its measurement. And the third one is accessibility and usability. Consider the needs of all students, including those with disabilities, and ensure ease to use for both teachers and students. And the fourth one is technical feasibility. Assess the availability of resources, internet access, and technical support. And the last one is get students' feedback and resources through a checklist or throughout a rating scale that can measure their satisfaction of ICT being integrated to their learning. Social, ethical, and learning responsibility in using technology tools and resources. The integration of education technology tools, like for example the PH80 Minecraft Education Edition, Labster Discord, and collaborative platforms like Discord into learning environments must align with social, ethical, and legal responsibilities. Social responsibility or ensure inclusivity. Discord's role-based permissions in structured channel can foster collaboration, but educators must ensure groups are inclusive and free from exclusionary behavior, like for example, the cyberbullying. And the second one is digital citizenship. Teaching students to use tools like Discord respectfully, or we can teach them on how to avoid spam or respecting privacy. It can reinforce social accountability in digital space. Ethical responsibility or the data privacy. Platforms like Labster and Discord collect our user data. Educators must verify compliance with privacy laws, like for example the FERPA or GDPR, and ensure students' data like performance metrics and chat logs is not exfoliated or shared without consent. Responsibility or the Data Act of 2012 compliance. This stipulates that the processing of personal data of children under the age of 15 requires parental consent. Licensing. Schools must legally license speed tools, like for example the Minecraft Education Edition, and avoid piracy. Discord's term of service for educational use must also be followed to avoid violations. Social, ethical, and legal responsibility in using technology tools and resources. Using technology tools in education requires balancing innovation with responsibility. Educators must, first, audit tools for legal compliance, like for example accessibility and privacy. The second one is foster ethical digital behavior through explicit guidelines. Third, address social inequities by ensuring tools do not exclude or harm marginalized learners. If the educators do that, by embedding these principles, technology like simulations and Discord can motivate learners and help educators with assessment, all while upholding societal trust and safety.